come chill on the couch with us.
The movie The Cup came out yesterday around Australia, and we've got two of the leading people. We've got the director, Simon Wincer, and we've also got the lead actor, Stephen Curry, with us here on the couch today. Welcome, guys.
Hello.
Thanks for being with us today.
No worries.
I had the opportunity of watching the movie last week, and it was fantastic. We had a whole heap of jockeys in the room. I thought I was at the wrong movie preview because I was the only one that was a bit large, and I thought there's no way I could ride a horse, not more than once anyway. But the movie went down well here in WA, and I'm assuming the movie's gone down well all across Australia.
Yeah, right across Australia. We've been promoting it right around the country, and the reaction's been the same everywhere. It's very gratifying because, you know, it's a big part of our lives to make a movie like this, and it's, you know, the greatest satisfaction for a director is when people respond emotionally to what they're seeing on screen, and that's what's happening.
Simon, you worked very closely with the Oliver family in making this movie.
Yes, indeed. We couldn't have made it without Damien and his family and their cooperation, and because, you know, Damien's brother Jason, who died tragically in that riding accident just before the Melbourne Cup, they were not only brothers, they were best mates, and Damien saw this as a chance to pay tribute to his brother Jason.
And tell me some of the cast members, because I thought you had an incredible cast.
I agree.
Yeah. Do you want to run through some
Headed, of course, by you know who.
Well, I was going to say Stephen Curry being the lead actor, of course, Damien Oliver. How did you get the role? Did you have to audition for the role, or were you picked?
I should probably leave that to you, shouldn't I?
Yeah, look, I saw Stephen in The King as Graham Kennedy,
So
and just fantastic. And so I asked for somebody who was a mutual friend if he could arrange a meeting, and he did. And I just thought Stephen was perfect. You know, he's believably jockey size, and was carrying a few extra pounds, but nothing major. They've come back since the movie, but no, there was never anyone else.
Damien Oliver would be a hard person to play with. You weren't. I read you weren't into horses much and all that sort of thing.
Well, no. So I didn't really understand a great deal about the horse side of things. But I mean, look, in terms of human beings to kind of try and I guess get a handle on, he's actually quite an easy bloke to play because he's such a genuine. He really sums up what so many Aussie blokes are like. You know, he's a family man. He's a genuine man. He's a very caring individual. His talent is absolutely amazing, and yeah, he was very generous in allowing us kind of to.
Because you spent a lot of time with him.
Yeah, spent a lot of time and talked at great length about that time in his life, and he was so open and honest about it, and it gave us every chance to be able to tell his story in the right way.
And I read about the fact that for a couple of years, while the movie was being decided upon, you were losing weight. You had to. Was it 12 kilos that you had to lose? Or
yeah, I think it was about 15 in the end. I got down to 59 kilos, yeah. And I'm actually top weight for a jockey. Now I'm. A bit above top weight for a jockey. I'm back up to 74. So that's good. That's I've put every gram that I lost back on.
And I read that your commitment to this movie was amazing.
Well, I mean, is that for me to say?
There you go, Simon saying it for you.
No, look, it was something that I wanted to do. From the moment I got the script, I just fell in love with it, and I really wanted to do it. And you know, it's quite well documented that it went through a lot of financial issues and went through the GFC and basically a whole lot of things that were completely out of anyone's control. But first and foremost, I just wanted to be a part of it. So we thankfully managed to get together and make the film.
Now, the movie was primarily recorded in Melbourne, wasn't it? And you had some shooting here in Perth as well?
Look, part of the story takes place in Perth, but unfortunately we didn't end up shooting here, like a minute bit, because we didn't have the budget to come here. I would have loved to have spent 2 weeks shooting here, but we would have had to ship all our horses that were specially trained, and it just was way beyond our reach. And we did a little bit of filming in Ireland, but again, a very small bit. Most of that was also done around Melbourne. And a lot of regional areas around Victoria, standing in for different racetracks and so forth.
We talk so much about budget. I think there was a $15 million budget on this movie.
Yes, it was, yeah.
Why is it so hard for Australians to make movies here in Australia? Why do we not seem to attract the money locally?
Well, I think it's a number of things. there's been a dearth of Australian films. There's been a lot of them, but a lot of them have probably been too downer and not uplifting enough. And now along comes a little film called Red Dog. It's blown everyone away,
Exactly.
taken everyone by surprise. A wonderful, heartwarming movie and about Australia, about who we are. And I think the Cup's in the same sort of genre. It's about Australia and about who we are and about an icon, which is the Melbourne Cup, and it's so much a part of everyone's lives. And I think Aussies want to see stories like this. They want to go, you know, in these tough times, they want to go to the movies and lose themselves for a couple of hours, get lost and be moved and cry and laugh and have a good time and come out having either learnt something or, you know, feeling, you know, emotionally satisfied, and I think that's what movies like Red Dog and The Cup do.
There's a lot of reality in your movie, The Cup. I noticed you had a lot of actors who weren't actors. You had people like Dennis Cometti, you had Eddie Maguire, you had a lot of the people that were there in
that's
2002.
Right. That's right. Well, what we've been saying too, and Simon was so clever for doing this. Basically, you know, you so often see actors trying to play sports reporters or trying to play whoever it is, news reporters, and it just never quite rings true so often at the time. And so to be able to have people like even like Tony Jones and Steve Quartermain and
Fantastic.
as you say, Eddie and Dennis and Donna DeMeo from 3AW and Michael Felgate from 7, and you know, all these fantastic sports reporters who
Real people.
know exactly what they're doing.
Don't
Even
need a lot of takes.
Exactly.
yeah, that's right. Yeah, what are you saying, Simon?
Because they're being themselves.
But yeah, that's right, because you know, you even in terms of being Australians and recognising these voices and these familiar voices and these sportscasters and all that sort of stuff. I don't know. For me, it just adds to the authenticity of the piece.
And it sort of grounds the film in reality, and that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to be totally real. That we're not looking at you know, a so-called heightened story of, you know, Damien Oliver's 2002 Melbourne Cup win. I wanted people to experience the race as it really was and to experience the emotion at the end when he did kiss the heavens.
Yes. No, you did it quite well. I mean, the passing of Jason as well, a lot of people have said this morning, I heard you on air, it was amazing how you captured that moment and you did it very tastefully and very realistically too. Was that a hard scene to make?
No, I thought about it a lot, and I wanted to show how dangerous the sport was, and I wanted to take the audience by surprise the moment that it happened. And so I thought about it a lot, and I also wanted to do it in one shot, which, of course, these days you can do something like that with the clever use of live action and what we call CGI, computer-generated imagery, and an animatronic horse and a green screen and a whole lot of elements combined together to make something that's totally believable.
Talking about the horses, Stephen, did you have to, I know you rode some horses, did you ever
Yes.
fall off a horse? How
Yes,
hard
I
was
did.
it for you?
Yes, I fell off in front of a lot of people.
Was it a hard thing to learn, riding a horse? Had you ridden a horse before?
Yeah, no. Basically, I learnt with Simon. I learnt up at Simon's property in the Yarra Valley, in just east of Melbourne, and we basically spent a couple of years whilst we were trying to get the film up. I could kind of take my time and learn on his, you know, these old stock horses and Arabs, not Afghans. I said I was riding Afghans once, and Simon informed me they don't
Corrected you.
exist. They're dogs.
In dog form.
They're dogs, yeah. I rode one great Saint Bernard, and the RSPCA were all over me. But no. Look, we kind of I started getting better and better on those horses, and then went to thoroughbreds, and it's a very, very different thing. So I kind of basically had to learn all over again.
I'm still riding Clydesdales, so it doesn't matter.
Ah, yes. Well, I thought actually they might put me on a Clydesdale, so that it would make me look a bit smaller.
However, let me tell this story again,
Yeah.
Stephen. First day of filming on horseback, in front of all the media, in front of Damien Oliver, and
my mum.
and his mum and dad, who are extras in the crowd.
Okay.
And as he's being led out for the start of the Melbourne Cup, of course, all the extras are applauding. The horse shies a bit. But Stephen stays on. Well done. Cut. Turns around to come back and of course showing off to the extras, as comedians tend to do, you know. See, it's easy, taking his hands off the reins, and guess what? Everyone laughed. The horse shied again, off he came. you know, and that was captured, of course, on the front page of the Sun Herald
Yes, they
newspaper.
would.
That was a real confidence builder. I have to say, that photo of me almost about to come off the horse and kind of pulling this
That
weird,
sold the movie.
horrible face.
Who
and-
is this guy playing Damien Oliver, I
Yeah.
think was the question asked.
Yeah, I think the heading was Curry struggles with his mounts. So
And of course, his mum said to me, you know, oh, that Stephen, he's always been a show-off, you know, it serves him right, you know.
thanks, Mum.
You've got a great cast. Can we run through? I know Sean
Sure,
McAuliffe's one
yeah.
of them. Colleen Hewitt was a fantastic get. I think she played Damien Oliver's mum and Jason's mum fantastically. Tell me about the rest of the cast just quickly.
Well, Daniel McPherson plays Jason, and again, I think Steve and Dan have been mates for years, which I didn't know when I cast Dan, and Dan just remarked, oh, I know Steve, yeah, we knew each other when I was in Neighbours or something.
Yeah,
We can-
I was quite surprised. I didn't think we could play brothers. I mean, he's not a very good-looking guy, so then I thought, well, he's actually done a good job of trying to look a little bit better looking to try and look like he could be my brother.
Yeah, you know, as he said, their mothers couldn't recognise them apart.
No, I think, yeah, when they were little, maybe they looked a bit different. The blonde hair gave it away.
And look, Jodie Gordon as Trish, Damien's girlfriend at the time, and now Damien's wife. She's quite wonderful. It's her first movie, and known very well for when she was in Home and Away. Alice Parkinson, who plays Jason's girlfriend, Jenny, a remarkable performance. She's a very, very strong actress. She played the lead in a film recently called Sanctum, which James
Which I've
Cameron was
watched. Keep touching
executive
your foot
produced.
there,
So
if you don't mind that.
that's fine.
Tell me about you've had a fantastic past, Far Lap with yourself, Simon, and Free Willy, and yourself, Thunderstruck. I do remember that movie. I thought it was wonderful.
Oh, thank
You've
you very
also,
much. Shot here in
Cloud
Perth.
Street.
Actually, yep. Also
and
shot here in
there's
Perth.
so much that you've done. Where to from here for both of you, Simon? Have you got another movie up your sleeve? Maybe the America's Cup.
I've got a little American movie to do early next year, but I'm working on developing a story of Waltzing Matilda, which is a wonderful screenplay about the coming into being of the song during a very rough time in Australia when the country was on the brink of civil war, the Shearer Strike. It's a sort of epic romance. It's a wonderful story and about what should be our true national anthem.
Yep.
And who do I play?
Yeah,
Ned
I've got
Kelly.
a little thing in mind for you, possibly.
Catering.
Well, it may involve a little weight loss, but only a little, you know.
Great. Did you say the America's Cup story?
I thought the America's Cup story would be a wonderful story.
It'd be good, because then I could play Bondi and I could put on heaps of weight.
That's right.
Well, I was actually probably thinking someone a lot closer for that role. I do have the hairstyle for it. Is there much on the horizon? Because you're a very busy actor. I mean, for a comedian, you play a fantastic, serious role. Have you ever thought of combining the two?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess
You must have a lot of
I
fun.
guess the Graham Kennedy thing was a chance to do sort of both in the one role. Look, I don't know. I just kind of like doing a diverse range of roles at the moment. I mean, the Cup is a pretty sort of a straight dramatic role, and I guess I kind of like to maybe go and do another comedy again. And there's one that's sort of in the offing for January, February. So
you're staying grounded in Australia. You're quite happy to work here in Australia and do as much as you can.
I love it here, and you know, Australia's been so good to me. You know, not only being born and raised here, but in terms of my career, and I don't know. Look, if someone was stupid enough to offer me a job overseas, I would take it if it was good enough. But I don't fancy going over and sleeping on people's couches and starting again, basically. So yeah, I just kind of love it here.
And I'm assuming the Oliver family has now seen the movie. Can I
Yes.
ask what was their feedback to you?
Well, I'll get Stephen to tell you Damien's reaction, but Pat saw the film. We set up a private screening for her here in Perth a few weeks ago, and her reaction was very positive and quite wonderful, and obviously wouldn't...
Very emotional still after all
Of
this
course,
time.
very emotional, so we wouldn't ask her to be at something like last night, which was a very big screening.
And Damien?
Yeah, well, Damien and Trish were in the screening when I first saw the finished product, and it was the first time they'd seen the finished product as well, and that was really nerve-wracking for me. You know, as I've said it numerous times, I think the most important review is the review that the family give, and they were just amazingly glowing about it, and most importantly said that Jason would have really liked it as well. So you know,
Well done.
that to me just makes me feel like we've hit the right note.
Well, thank you for keeping Australian movies going here in Australia. Thanks for having some great actors, Simon. Good luck with your next venture and good luck with your next venture. The movie
Fred.
came out yesterday.
Yes.
Yep.
do you want to just quickly just urge in that camera why people need to go and watch it?
Everybody, please go and see the Cup. I promise you'll enjoy it.
Same.
Okay, riders, time to go.
So the starter's calling them up now for the
Lead
Tui New Melbourne Cup.
Number 3, round 4.
The Beatles getting set. Here's the English racer, Janie Lookout, coming to a gate near the outside. The Saab winner, Requiem, comes in. Rain Gauge and Mr. Prudent descend.
Just another day at the beach, mate. You'll be just fine.
Damien Oliver brings Media Puzzle in. And Vinnie Rowe, the horse who's been backed into favouritism on track, comes up.
Easy there. That's right.
Patrick Smullen and Dermot Wells.
And now here's Sam Mason coming
Righto,
up.
Kathy, close race 7.
The field is nearly ready. Fusion is coming into a place.
Next to Rain Gauge. And they're just about ready.
Tried to get over the front of the barrier stalls there, Helene Vitality.
It's all right, mate. It's just trying to get the jump on us.
Helene Vitality settles. Started to the ladder. And they're about to go.